Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we currently have our fleets almost repaired. We have almost rebuilt them. We're at 201 out of 250 on the 12th fleet, and on the second we're at 88 out of 250. We also need to work on our Federation fleet a little bit, but we're getting much closer on that front. So that is absolutely fantastic. In terms of our construction, things are going pretty well. We actually just finished with the Rubicon, and that is out over here in Litugina. Okay, we're gonna build our mining and research stations out here for now. And then I don't think we're going to go after too much else out over here other than building habitats. So that will be the goal. We're going to need to get the Rubicon building a habitat here somewhere. Actually, is there even any point in building any research stations? Because we're just going to build orbitals instead. Let's just put in a habitat central complex and call it a day. It'll be a very mediocre habitat, but that'll be fine. So that's okay. Let's hop into our unemployment over here and just see what we've got going on. Not a lot is the answer. Okay, that sounds good. So we're currently at about, what are we at for minor artifacts? 1? Okay, that is not a lot of minor artifacts. We're at 29 now. So that's something. We need 1437. How many months will it take us to get that? So 1437. Apparently numlock was not on. 1437 divided by 28 is 51.32. Okay. Well, we're definitely going to need to get some more there. Okay. Acknowledged. They've translated our language. There we go. So, where are these guys? Cooperation will surely benefit us all. So they are out over here. They're currently independent, and we could invite them to the Federation. We'd require an embassy, and that is fine. We'll establish an embassy with them. In fact, I think they just requested an embassy with us, and that is indeed correct. We can now offer them an invitation to the Federation. However, they don't want to join. Okay. We're going to have to do something about that. We could subjugate them. And that's probably the route that we're going to end up going. We could send just a singular fleet out there. And that'll be absolutely fine. And then this is under the Etherian Galactic Combine. That's these guys up here. They're part of the League of Non-Aligned Powers. So the Elverian Compact is, in fact, within our Federation. So that sounds good. Now, where were these guys? Down here. Right. Okay, let's just send out an introduction fleet. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure they'll be very delighted that we're just introducing ourselves to them by declaring war, is the idea. I'm sure they'll be gloriously happy about that. So we're going to resettle our unemployment here over to Alpha Centauri Science. That'll be fine. We've got one here as well. Same scenario. We'll just resettle this somewhere with a job. That would be good. And then Radnit Science here. We can actually build up a couple of industrial districts here. And then, interestingly, we also have tile blockers that I think we can clear. No, we don't. Why is this indicating that we have tile blockers? It's not from Eye of the Shard. Interesting. This is indicating 6 tile blockers. Huh. It's because of these dense ruins. And we can't actually clear that. Okay. Well, I guess this is fine then. We'll just max out this world. That is completely and totally okay. So that seems fine. What else do we have going on for unemployment? We've got this Forge World here. This needs to be resettled, and we will definitely do that. That will go over to Nahal Science, I guess is fine. And then Golba Science here. We can actually build up a fair amount of industrial districts, and we're going to do exactly that. Cool. So something along the lines of that. Anything else? I don't think so. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, fantastic. Now, we've got 3 construction ships idle at this moment. And that's a lot of construction ships. Let's head over to Alpha Centauri and see what we've got going on here. I think we're done here. Pretty sure we are. I'm going to disband this construction ship. Now, we've got the Volga over in Seoul. We're done here as well. I want to check in how many more orbital rings do we even need to build? We're in Golba. Are we in Jaltham? I don't think we are. No, we're going to head out to Jaltham. And that is going to be a little while. We're going to have one world here. Okay, so we'll enter orbit of Jaltham Industrial. That'll be fine. And then the Rhine is currently over in Radnitz. Okay, this is also currently in the category of done. So we're going to head over to Caesar, which is down here. And we'll just move there for now. But it will take some time to have enough influence to get that all good to go. So that is absolutely noted, but we're making good progress here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 worlds. Okay. We're definitely making very solid progress on all of that. So that looks phenomenal. We are, of course, going to be arriving out here very soon. There's apparently a pirate fleet there. Okay. Well, our peacekeeping fleet can solve that for them, along with some other problems. We are going to be arriving there in about 60 days. So that looks good. Flash coolant finishing up. That's fine. No problem. Okay, so we've got this habitat complex going on. We're going to need to build one in Camthrin. We're currently finishing one in Balawar. This is finishing right now. So that looks good. I also see a notification over here. Where is that? Isum Prime. Okay, absolutely understood. We are going to put in a robot assembly plant here. I'm also going to put in a mineral purification plant. I'm going to put in an energy grid, and we're going to max out these resource generating districts, and then we'll build some industrial districts after that. So that looks fine. Balawar is, of course, finished. We're going to colonize here. Founder species only, and there we go. Now, of course, we need to go through and put in a few orbitals. So we'll put in a minor orbital here. This will be a major. Minor goes here. That was enter orbit. Minor orbital, there we go. This is going to be a major orbital. Cool. This will be a minor. This will be a major. We haven't gotten the star yet. I'm aware of that. And we're going to get a major orbital here, a minor orbital here. Then we'll backtrack back to the star. We'll put in a major orbital. This will be a minor out over this way. And then we'll get ourselves a minor orbital, and then this will be a major orbital. Something like that. That'll keep that construction ship busy for a while. That will, of course, be good. Now, the Volga is currently idle in orbit of Jaltham.
Phase complete.
And we're auto-saving. Okay. We also just finished up this colony, and this one we're just going to put in a robot assembly plant, and there's no resources here. So we're just going to make this be industrial. So at this point, I would like to put in an alloy foundry, and we'll put in a civilian industry. I'd like to put in an ancient refinery as well, but that's going to be a little while before that's actually relevant. And we can't put in a ministry of production for a while yet either. That's understood. So over here at Jaltham, we're going to build an orbital ring around Jaltham Industrial. And that will do for now. We've got a bunch of other work to do in this system, but for now, this is fine. So the Rhine is heading over to Aculum, and once it gets there, we're going to want to build an orbital ring here. We're going to need 50 influence for that, and that will take some time. Okay, so next up, we're going to come up over here. I want to specifically look at these guys. We are arriving with the 5th Fleet 4, and I want to be in position to jump into Maya here. So I just want to position ourselves right down over here. Now, we're going to talk to Maya, and we're going to be like, you really need to be our vassal at this point. You have to join the Federation. There's no choice. They'll not join a Federation with the Dabex Hive. Well, they don't have a choice.
War declaration processed.
It's not up to them. They are joining the Federation. This is how it works. So, These guys just left the League of Non-Aligned Powers, the Telensian Kingdom. Okay, we'll have to go after them. That is fine. We will absolutely do that. So we should probably send our transport fleet over here to land. I'm not, I think, going to bombard this. Not really a point. We're going to head back over this way. And the kingdom. Where were they? I believe they were out over here. Yeah, they're currently independent. They left the Federation, presumably over what we just did. Now, they're going to be truced for 10 years. Okay, they have a problem with the Dabax Hive. A lot of people have a problem with the Dabax Hive, to be honest. So we're going to start improving relations with them, I think. Well, we're currently improving relations with these guys. And we're still cordial with them. They are not interested in doing this. We're going to have to conquer them, so that is understood. In fact, I'm going to send the 5th Fleet 4 out over to Omicron Persei. It's going to take them a while to get there. That is understood. Okay. We'll see if anyone else leaves the Federation over this. But this is absolutely fine. Also, this is currently forbidden access. Let's not forbid access through here. Cool. So something along the lines of that. So these guys left our Federation, and we're going to have to do something about it. Also known as we're going to subjugate them. It's only a matter of time at this point. Did we take any losses in this fleet? No, we did not. I'm not surprised about that. Okay, we have 167 minor artifacts at this point. Let's just toss those into our fleets for the time being. We can see we are building corvettes here still. Okay, we're going to be very close to done with our corvettes, but we need a lot more minor artifacts. And that's not shocking. How are we doing on our rubricator cooldown? 1,500 days? Okay. Republic of Shintar Prime recalled their embassy. Okay. Sacrosanct Genlock Commonwealth entered into a defensive pact with the Telensian Kingdom. Okay, well, I mean, that is not actually useful for them. That is not useful at all. Noted. So that's okay. No major issues there, to be honest. The Rhine is currently idle, and they subjugated them. Interesting. That's very interesting. Well, in that case, there's no reason whatsoever for us to continue to improve relations here. How can we... Well, actually, we can just reassign them down over to the Telensian Kingdom. So we can improve relations here with all of these guys. So we want to move everyone over here. We want to get this brought up as quickly as possible. Something along the lines of this. Okay. I'm not necessarily surprised that they left after we declared this war, to be honest. That's not shocking. Very not shocking. But we're just going to head right on in here, and this will be no problem. No problem at all. So now the question is the Telensian Kingdom. What do we want to do about them? Well, eventually we're going to subjugate them. In theory. But we must be at peace to propose subjugation. Let's see if they'll let us diplomatically subjugate them. That'll be very interesting if they will. That would be a preference, for sure. I would prefer to diplomatically vassalize them. But we do need to get the Rhine constructing over here at Caesar. So we're going to immediately head on over and build an orbital ring over Caesar Science. Perfect. Now, do we have any unemployment that we need to deal with at this moment? The answer is a solid maybe. A solid maybe. We also just built a habitat around Rebellius, and we are going to need to get this going. So we didn't have any unemployment. That is unfortunate. But we are certainly going to build more orbitals. So we're going to build a major orbital here. There's not a lot of orbitals to be built here. Just the 2, in fact. But that's fine.
Commencing planetary incursion initiative.
We'll get going on that. So our invasion is going nicely. Eventually, that will finish. Eventually. Let's see how that's going. Yeah, that's going perfectly fine. I'm not surprised about that.
Initial colonization phase commencing.
They are struggling tremendously.
Planetary incursion initiative successful.
So that's done. This war is, in theory, turbo over. Yeah. Achieve war goals. Auto. Perfect. Okay, so they're now our vassal, and I want to take a look at their... Where do we take a look at their vassal contract? It's definitely somewhere, for sure. I want to send these guys up to Omicron Persei for now. And the Telensian Kingdom, the real question is, if we were to propose subjugation... They have 954 reasons not to accept this. 800 of those are because they are an overlord. Okay. So we don't really care too much about integrating Maya, but I want to check their agreement here. Integration is prohibited. Yeah, this is fine. I just want them to be under our flag, right? So they're a protectorate under us at this point. That sounds good. We do want to go after the Mechpux Protectors. We also want to go after the Xenac Continuance, but now we need to do something about the Telensian Kingdom as well. So they won't join because of the Dabax Hive. Now, see these guys down over here. And the Dabax Hive is friendly with excellent relations, and that's great. We're not interested in getting them out of the Federation, to be honest. So we've won that war. That sounds good. The next question is, who do we go after next? Well, I think the answer to that is clearly the Telensian Kingdom. I'm just thinking right now about the way that the flow happens here. Like entrances into the Telensian Kingdom. There's a lot of choke points here. So there's a choke point here. There's a choke point here. There's a choke point here. We can't really get here unless we're preemptively there. So there's definitely a lot of choke points here. Not that that's really a problem, per se. But it's going to take a little time to get that dealt with, for sure. The question is, do we want to do it now? And I think the answer to that is no. If we check in on this diplomatically again, they would not join the Federation of their own volition. They would also not become our subject because of the fact that they are an overlord. That is the primary reason. Also, they've got their empire population, they've got distance, they're plus 45 on the terms. We might be able to come to terms eventually on that, but for the time being, probably not. I'm going to buy in some alloys here, just to sync our energy credits. Something like that. We're full on astral threads as well, but there's not too much to do about that one. That is completely fine for the moment. So we're at 35 minor artifacts. Minor artifacts are our primary choke point at this point. So that is understood. Yes, that is a deal. That's okay. So, the Telensian Kingdom. They're not happy about the Dabax Hive. However, they want to improve relations with us. Interesting. Very interesting. But in all honesty, we would just subjugate them, and we'll probably do that via a war, is the way that this is going to end up going, I think. For now, I do want to continue to work on rebuilding our fleets. I'm not going to go too into war at this point. I don't want the Federation to fall apart too much. So we're going to chill for a while. I think that is absolutely fine. I do want to replenish our ships. That is something that definitely does need to happen. And if we look at this here, I believe this is actually going to be relatively complete. We're lacking destroyers, and we are building this cruiser. Okay, yeah, this is going to be complete at this point. So the 5th Fleet 2 is where our reinforcements are going to go, unless they go to the 9, but I don't think that they will. So that's understood. We're going to need more minor artifacts, which is not surprising at all. And we have no notifications right now, apparently. Remarkable. Okay, well, reinforcements are in transit. We have a fleet out over here preparing to attack the Sacrosanct Genlock Commonwealth, but it's going to be a while before we have the minor artifacts we need for that. So the question is, what do we want to do about that? Well, we can't do lateral artifacting, unfortunately. I wish that we could. I wish that worked differently, but it definitely does not. Did we already inhabit this? I think we did. Yes, we did. Okay, perfect. So that is excellent. We do have an unemployment notification here. Let's see if it's actually unemployment. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Okay, it is actually a Habitat Central Control being ready. That is fine. We'll get that going. Perfect. So no problem there. And our construction ships are just idling for now. High consequence protection. Okay, sure. So out of curiosity, our Federation cohesion is maximized. Okay. No problem there. The Kresh Collective is kind of catching up on tech. Kinda. But we'll retain leadership for a while, anyway. Succession type is, of course, on strongest and technology. So I think we'll be... I think we're going to retain control of the Federation. That should be the case, in theory. I do want to do something about the Telensian Kingdom, though. I would love to do something diplomatically here. The reason they left, I don't think they left because of the war we declared, to be honest. I think they left specifically because of the Dabrax Hive. And if they're the only ones that are going to do that, then that's not a big deal. Like, that's completely fine. If everyone else is okay with being in the Federation with their enemies, then that's good. That is absolutely fantastic. But we'll see. We'll see if they're actually okay with that or not. I'll be honest, I kind of doubt it. I kind of doubt that they'll be okay with that. We have all of these construction ships ongoing here, and we do need a good amount of influence yet. But we're making good progress on that. The real thing that we need right now, of course, is minor
Initial
artifacts.
colonization phase commencing.
And we need 1,072. We have 142. Well, we need less than 1,000 now, and the 5th Fleet 2 is being reinforced now with corvettes. So that looks good. Eventually, we'll get that all finished. Eventually. We don't need that much for the 5th Fleet 9. Actually, I'm going to go directly to the 5th Fleet 9 here and hit the Reinforce Fleet button here. Cannot reinforce Federation templates if they exceed the current Federation naval cap. They do? They shouldn't. Hang on, we got to go into the Federation's view here. That was not the button I wanted. Okay, Federation Ship Designer, Fleet Manager. Yeah, this is fine. So this is currently at... Interesting. This can only go up to 40. Well, okay. We're going to hit the Reinforce Fleet button here, and this is probably going to fill up this entire Federation fleet, because we only need the 2 corvettes here, and the rest, we should be able to just get built. Yeah, I think that's completely fine. The issue, actually, is we have one too many cruisers. I'm going to cancel this one, bringing that down. In fact, I'm going to cancel this one as well, just to be safe. Yeah, we had one too many cruisers. Now, this is claiming fleet is at full strength. I'm not certain about that. Yeah, it's not. It thinks it is, but it isn't. Okay, well, we'll just get those finished for now. And over in Jaltham, we have an idle construction ship. So we built our orbital ring here. And now what we need is we need to build our habitat. Okay, so we're on our way there. We've got the influence for that. That looks phenomenal. No problem whatsoever there. We're getting these constructions finished. Not quite done with them yet, but getting very, very close. So, all these cruisers are going to be finished eventually. The 5th Fleet 9 is missing a few cruisers still, in theory. Claims it's at full strength, but it really isn't. We'll get there. So we'll just let these finish construction for the time being. Hopefully, it'll realize that we don't actually have the number of cruisers we're supposed to have. Because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we need 2 additional cruisers here. So that is fine, but hopefully it figures that out. Fingers crossed on that one. We've got 10 days until these cruisers are done, and we'll find out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's find out. Okay, we may have to wait for them to actually arrive here. It still thinks we exceed the current Federation naval capacity. What is all of this? Oh, those are the merging fleets. Right. That's fine. Yeah, that makes sense. Those are all merging over. Yeah. That's okay. So let's hop in here and check here. We drop this down? Really? It changed again on us. Huh. What is our Federation naval capacity? This is bizarre. 200. Our Federation naval capacity is 200. But we're at 188. But our maximum naval capacity has been reached, yes. That is expected. So, 200, huh? I wish it said what our actual naval capacity was here, but it doesn't. So we're going to have to calculate this. We've got a Titan at 16, and then we've got 80 for our battleships, because each one of those is 8. And then we've got 4 times 8, which is 32. Then we've got 20. And then we've got 40. So that's 188. Yeah. So we can put this up to 10, like this, and then this up to 44, which is what we expected. Okay, let's hit the reinforced fleet button here, and that'll be fine for now. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to continue our constructions, and we'll see what we want to do about the Talensian Kingdom. This is almost certainly going to be a situation where we are going to subjugate them. I don't see another way around this, really. That's almost certainly going to happen. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy McGar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Tommy Kintogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.